And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another OSBA Game of the Week between Lincoln Prep and TRC Academy. We're live from the Rise Center here in Brantford. It's a chilly night out there tonight, and it's going to be a good game. Obviously, both of these teams on losing streaks. They're hoping to break tonight. I'm joined by my partner, Ryan Siegel, Anthony Gaio on hand. And Ryan, what's the key for both of these teams to really, break these streaks?
Set foot on the Rise Center. He's got a 40-inch vertical leap and a 45-inch max jump. He can literally fly out there. He's a three-time Team Alberta provincial member, and he's not a stranger to the high level of basketball that we see in this game from San Diego University. Another player I'd like to highlight from TRC, Miguel Palmer. He's regarded as one of the best jump shooters in Canadian prep basketball, a 2018 BioSteel All-Canadian. A player I'd like to point out from TRC, Miguel Tomley. He's regarded as one of the best shooters in Canadian prep basketball. He's a 2018 BioSteel All-Canadian selection. And his performance has been absolutely outstanding this season, dropping three-point daggers all over the court. He's currently ranked amongst the top in scoring in the OSBA, averaging over 30 points a game. And Miguel will be signing with Santa Clara University in California.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And obviously on the other end for Lincoln Prep, Tyler Sagal, he's not shy in scoring the ball, that's for sure. He can drop 50 on you any night, and the tip is off. And just like that, we got our first whistle out of bounds.
And sticking with Sagal, he dropped 48 points in that big overtime loss that we saw against Southwest Academy on Monday. 48 points on only 35 shots. He chimed in with 5 assists from that. But underway, we have Phillips knocking it down right away, showing us what he can do.
Starts it off well for TRC Academy, and back down the other way comes Lincoln Prep. Looking to get Sagal off the screen, and Barbary taking it himself. Good defense that time by TRC. TRC, of course, defending champs last year with a record of 15-1, and from the outside, they drain it again. That time, it's Avon Nava. Quick 6-0 run here at the start of the game for TRC Academy. That's what you love to see. A sloppy turnover at that time. That comes off of the hands of Brandon Altman. Darius Diavario going to run the point for them. Pick and roll coming. That's too much space for Phillip. And he makes no mistake about it. Sabry Phillip. 2 quick threes. Yeah, no doubt about it. This is exactly what they didn't want. And for TRC, this is exactly what you do want. The inbound now is Scotty Jenkins. He can get going from the outside. And speaking of getting going from the outside, Sagal misses a rare one, but on the offensive glass, they can't put it in. Grumbach couldn't find extra point that time. Diavario throws it out of bounds. A rare sloppy turnover that time for TRC.
And even that sloppy turnover, it looked to be a good pass, just not able to execute. TRC looking the much better team, although we're only 75 seconds into this game.
Barbary now going to take it up for Lincoln Prep. They're going to get Sagal going. Sagal goes off the screen. Pulls out of a shot, throws it down low. Another sloppy turnover that time by Lincoln Prep. If you're Coach Ben Julius here, you got to calm your team down. I would even think about taking a timeout this early.
Yeah, nothing's really out of the question. This team started off very sloppy. You know their pace of play is going to be extremely high, especially against a team as physical as TRC are. So it's going to be extremely interesting if maybe they do choose to use that quick timeout.
And that time another three-point shot. 4 shots and 4 threes. That time coming off the hands of Francolini. Reach and foul that time. A little too aggressive for TRC. Quick 12-0 run here We've seen Lincoln Prep come back from as many as 20. And that time he throws it down, plus the foul. Brandon Altman. If you're going to start a comeback, that's the way to do it. And no doubt about it, looking to complete the three-point play here. 8:16 now left in the first quarter. 12-2. Make that 12-3. DeVario now one-on-one with Barbary. Looking for a screen in the switch. They get it. Francolini. First miss of the game for TRC that time. Back comes Barbary and Lincoln Prep. Sagal now off the screen, looking to trap him. This leaves Grumbach open, and it's in and out that time. They get the offensive rebound, but they knock it out of bounds that time. Brandon Altman not making the smart play.
Altman looked like he could have came down with it with two hands. He decides to spike it out of bounds. TRC starting this game up 9 already.
If you're Lincoln Prep, it's got to start on the defensive end. You want to get a stop. That's what they pride themselves on, getting a turnover and getting an easy basket in transition. That time it's too easy for Phillip, getting his own rebound, but can't finish on the second attempt. Back comes Sagal and Lincoln Prep. Barbary, Euro stepping, kicks it out to Jenkins for three. That time can't hit off the back of the iron. DeVario, good hustle by Sagal, but DeVario with the unconventional shot on the layup. Barbary, Jenkins, back to Barbary. He's going to head to the line for two.
And almost immediately, you can see TRC's defensive plan of attack. They're trying to get the ball out of Sagal's hands. They know how good of a threat he is from that mid-range to behind-the-arc position. It looks like they're going to double him whenever he gets to touch the basketball.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Shamar Ryan checking in for Lincoln Prep, and Ben Bayfield. Quick substitutions also for TRC. Into the game is Lorenzo Downey. And Barbary hits the second, going 1 of 2 from the line. Into the game now is Leahy Jabetta for Lincoln Prep. Getting a quick rest here is Barbary. Looking to run a high pick and roll here. They get it. Phillip, another open three. And I'd say Lincoln Prep got lucky that time. You can't leave a star like that open.
Oh, you most certainly cannot. Savory Phillip, he lines it up one more time. I would expect another 3 points to be on that board.
Let's see what Coach Vernon runs here out of the inbounds. Trying to catch him sleeping, but Bayfield strips him. Ryan, Labetta, Sagal down low to Grumbach. Good defense this time by TRC. Handed off now to Bayfield. And just ball hawking defense this time by the TRC Academy. Had to get off a wild shot there. Lucky to hit the rim, and Grumbach on the follow-up attempt that time. Gets the rebound and lays it in. Evan Navo going to pull up for three. In and out that time. Labetta. Sagal puts it in on the mid-range shot. That's his first basket of the night, and don't expect that to be his last.
No, I definitely would not. 4 minutes into the game, and he's on the score sheet now.
Oh, and that time they answer right back. Lorenzo Downey for three. Labetta Over to Ryan. Looking to drive in with the strength, and it goes in and out that time, and back comes TRC Academy. Looking to push the tempo. And Phillip had another open three, but decides to pull in. Maybe should have just shot it.
Sagel going in.
Sagel.
Oh!
What a block that time by Phillip, but they get their own board. Another offensive rebound. Get it back out to Lebetta, but what hustle that time by Sabri Phillip. Ryan for three, well off. Lebetta, and he puts it in over the outstretched hands of Phillip that time.
And Phillip trying to do it all on the offensive and the defensive end, but can't block back-to-back shots.
Good extra effort that time by Lincoln Prep, though, to follow up 3 rebounds. And Downey looking to make it 2 in a row, and he does. He's hot from downtown right now. He extends the lead to 18-11.
TRC looks like they're getting everything they want. They're finding wide open shooters, and Lincoln's got to do a much better job on the defensive end, or it might be a very long night for them.
Foul that time by Phillip, and he knew it. That's the key matchup tonight. Tyler Sagel versus Sabri Phillip. That time back down the floor, you saw Sabri Phillip just go back and hit that big chase down block. Just shows the athleticism of the San Diego commit.
And it really shows his two-way play, being able to stroke it on the offensive end from behind the arc and come back with that monstrous backboard block. It looked like he was over the center square there.
Barbary back in the game. Wild shot, but he banks it off the glass that time. Back the other way comes TRC Academy. Turned into a 12-0 game, turned into a 18-12 game. DeBerry over to Navin. Downey to Phillip. Phillip gonna drive hard. What an acrobatic play, but everything but the finish that time. And here comes Lebetta back down the other way. Cato. Barbary with a quick cross. Looked like he traveled that time, and that's what the refs are gonna call. Yeah, another turnover.
Good call by the referee there. Looked like he definitely took 3 steps. However, Lincoln in a little bit of a groove since falling down 9-0 early, and they'll definitely be impressed with how they've been playing over the past few minutes.
Here comes Phillip, yet to rest in this game. DeVario. He's going to pull up, despite the hand in his face, and he drains it from the outside. That time, Darius DeVario knocks it in.
Lincoln's been doing it on the offensive end through their losing streak, but they definitely have to pick it up on the defensive end. Open shots are not going to beat this TRC team.
Couldn't have said it any better that time. This time, Cato gets the ball, decides to pass it out. And another turnover that time. Here comes DeVario. Throws it out to the corner. A little bit wild of a shot, and they turn it over once again. Tyler Sagel back on the scorer's table, looking to check in quick. Lebetta fakes the shot, gets a wide open mid-range, and a rare miss that time from up close. You can't miss that shot.
Yeah, good move from Lebetta, just can't finish.
Beautiful scoop layup, but unable to finish. And on the rebound that time, it's Paris Shand cleaning up the mess. Cato, one-on-one with Phillip. Looks like they're trying to get it in the post. Good cut off by Shand. Lebetta going to take a wild 3. Great defense that time, however, by TRC Academy. Downey looking for his third 3, and he drains it from the outside once again. It's 26-12, and TRC is running away with this one with 2:41 remaining in the first.
Yeah, it seems like they are. They're dominating them on the defensive end, and you know that they're going to hit it on the offensive end, so it looked like Lincoln was going to pull their way back into this one, but an 8-0 run before the timeout, and you could not be happy on Lincoln's end right now.
No doubt about it. And from TRC, they're just stuck on automatic right now from beyond the arc.
They most certainly are. It looks like a 3-point shootout right now, but the problem is that there's nobody contesting the jump shots. So if you're going to stop this high-powered attack from behind the arc, you got to at least put a hand in their face.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You took the words right out of my mouth. 26-12. Lincoln Prep looking for any answers right now.
Yeah, and as we were saying before the game, there's a few players you got to look at from both sides of the court. The one that I'm going to point out from TRC after this huge onslaught that they had is Sabri Phillip. He's one of the most athletic students in the game. He sports a 40-inch standing vertical and a 45-inch maximum jump, and he can literally fly out of this gym, as we saw on that earlier block. But he's a 3-time Team Alberta provincial team member, and he's absolutely no stranger to high-level basketball. He'll be signing with San Diego University in the future.
And he's still on the court. He hasn't taken a rest yet. You wonder if Coach Vernon's going to sit him anytime soon. Doesn't look like they need to right now. Why? Don't fix something that's not broken, right?
No, 100% not. He might see a few minutes of rest, but playing the way that he is and the way that his team is playing right now, it looks like they are in command, and nothing can change that unless they buckle down on the defensive end, does Lincoln Prep.
If you're Ben Julius here for Lincoln Prep, you definitely want to get Sagal going, get a little bit more shooting from the outside, but TRC, got to give credit where credit is due. They're playing ball-hawking defense right now.
We do rave about Sabri Phillips. He's, of course, an absolute freak athlete, but we can talk about his defense, too, because Tyler Sagal is going to have an extremely difficult matchup in this one, as we've seen for the first 7.5 minutes, almost unable to get anything going because of that smothering defense that Phillips got on him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Now Barbary going to head to the line for 2, looking to cut into this lead. Makes the first. Makes 2 of 2 there, 26-14. Just over 2 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Barbary up on Diadaverio. Good open shot that time. And like I said, they're stuck on automatic right now. That time coming off the hands of Avin Nava.
And Avin Nava, one of the best three-point shooters on this team. And if he has a big game from behind the arc, it's going to be extremely difficult for Lincoln to match up.
Nice pass inside. Going to draw the foul. Going to head to the line for 2 once again. Good patience that time by Brandon Altman.
Altman waiting out the shot blocker, allowing the contact, heading to the line for 2.
Altman started off the game with that big dunk after being down 12-0, and since then we haven't really seen much of him. Let's see if these couple free throws can get him going, and that could be the broadcasting jinx right there. He misses the first one, looking to make it 1 for 2 now at the line. He makes the second. Grumback gonna come back in. Tyson Cato's gonna take a rest. Darius Diadaverio, class of 2021. Also plays for Team Ontario as well. Very skilled. Looking to get Downey going in the post. He's got the mismatch, spin, and can't hit the jump shot. They're gonna call over the back on Downey on Jenkins.
See, that's almost bullying. It's a little bit of a mismatch down in the post there. This team, this TRC team, is just physically inept. And this Lincoln team is going to be up against the wall the entirety of the game if they can't get out in transition and force this to be a fast-paced game. And TRC is really doing a great job of controlling the pace of play.
Good point. And Lincoln Prep is in the bonus now. TRC, a little bit too much fouls here early on. And on that previous play, if you're down, you like to see him back him in a bit more with the mismatch. You don't want to see him fade away on that shot. Although there's a size mismatch, it looked like he has the strength mismatch as well. Yeah,
definitely. And you want to go over the top. You want to go straight up, as they teach bigs. He might not be taught that as much as a guy who's 6'5", but when you're in a matchup like that, you can't be fading away.
Downey trying to make some real estate down there. And the fans here wanted to travel, but the ref's going to call a foul on the floor. That's only the first foul for Lincoln Prep in this quarter.
I know, and in some respects it's good if you're not picking up that many fouls, but I think in this respect they really have to buckle down on the defensive end. A few more fouls would definitely not hurt them against a team that's a lot more physical than them.
Yeah, you got to make them earn it. No easy layups, but that's not what they're doing. They're shooting from the outside, and it's working. Navin again for 3, and this time he's making it look easy now. This whole TRC Academy is.
And Avon Avon almost unconscious. I think he's 3 for 3 from behind the arc.
That time, good rebound by Altman off the miss from Barbary. Now Navin's gonna control the ball up court. Diadaverio gonna go off ball.
Great pass.
Shan for 3. And a rare miss by TRC in this first quarter. They go for a 2-for-1 now. I think if you're Coach Vernon, that's exactly what you want. Here's the trap.
Good trap. There you go. Get that physicality in this game.
Good play. And it's going to go
Good
the
play,
other
boys.
way. Lincoln Prep, that time drum back, knocking the ball off.
That's how you muscle down. That's how you force mistakes from one of the best teams in the province.
They're looking to go 2-for-1 here. Sagal, fading shot off the front of the iron. And they're saying it went off Tyler Sagal, and he can't believe it. Thinks it should be Lincoln Prep's ball once again. 32-19 here. With 30 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. If you're Lincoln Prep here, you want any momentum going into the second quarter. Sabry. Phillip gonna head to the line for 2.
And Phillip has really quietly taken control of this game. You haven't really seen him on the ball that much, but when he is on the ball, he's attacking the rim and he's making plays on the defensive end of the floor as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is exactly what you want from Lincoln Prep, though. You want to make them earn these shots. In and out that time on the first free throw.
But in respect to earning those shots, I'd much rather have Phillip at the line shooting a couple free throws than making those easy layups he was hitting earlier.
Not a great rebound, not a great box out that time, but they get lucky on another miss. 12 seconds remaining.
Oh, here we go.
Jenkins, another! What a block by Downey. Sagal, he's gonna head to the line. What a chance at an old school 3-point play.
And Tyler Sagal getting the rebound off the huge block, putting it back for the and one.
What a sequence that time. Sagal able to come up with it and earn that one.
And coming down the floor there, it almost seemed like a little bit of a horror movie. The inevitable was coming. But Sagal on the offensive glass, cleaning it up, hits the and one.
10-point game, 4.5 seconds remaining. For TRC here, you want to get one last good shot. Expect the full court press to be applied here from Lincoln Prep, and that's exactly what they do. Diadavario's got to jump, going to take it on the floater, and he can't hit off glass. And that'll do it for the first quarter. And what a quarter it was, 32-22. Back and forth, but TRC just hot from the outside. What did you see in that quarter, Ryan?
TRC really just got whatever they wanted. It was honestly not good from Lincoln's side, to say the least. They were getting all their shots wide open from behind the arc. Clearly, they're a more physically capable team, so Lincoln Prep has got to do a better job of closing out on the three-point shooters, or they're just going to get lit up all game. But I will say one thing on the Lincoln side. They really pulled it out in the last 3 or so minutes of the game to bring the momentum. They buckled down on the defensive end as much as they could, and it's a respectable score at this point, trailing by 10.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's what you wanted, that last and one from Tyler Sagal. Get a little momentum going into this second quarter, and if you're Ben Julius, you got to be telling his team, listen, we can score with these guys, but you got to defend them. It all starts on the defensive end. That's what they pride themselves on. Quick turnovers leading to easy transition buckets. Yeah,
exactly, and what they did really well that I thought really changed the complexion of the last few minutes is they were running in transition, which is something they didn't do for the first 8 minutes. TRC did a great job of limiting it to a half-court game, but Lincoln able to break out a few times. Of course, they got a couple blocks from behind, did TRC, but able to clean up the offensive glass, and the only way that I see Lincoln winning this game is if they can control the pace of play, which I believe is exactly what the head coach is telling them right now.
Exactly, no doubt about it. And this game is huge for both of these squads. Right now, Lincoln Prep on a 4-game losing streak, now sitting at 5-8 in the West Division, sitting 5th. And TRC, after starting out 9-0 on the year, a 3-game losing streak, but they are 7-0 in their division. All their losses coming from the Western Conference.
Yeah, exactly. And TRC is 4.5 games above Lincoln in the playoff picture, but Lincoln 2 games out of a playoff spot, trailing Kings at that spot. And TRC just dropped out of first place. Their bottom dipped out after starting 9-0, losing their last 2, but their home floor energizes them, and you can definitely see it in this building. They're very comfortable here. They hit their shots when they're open, and they get open more times than not.
Yeah, no doubt about it. TRC, the defending champions, 15-1 last year. At 9-3 now, they look to win the rest of their games here, as every team does. But back to the action. Scott Jenkins, good pass inside, and Altman can't finish. Good defense that time by TRC, and back the other way comes the Academy. tough shot that time. Khalid Tafe long. Barbary. Back in the corner to Shamar Ryan. They're going to take it hard. They're going to call a charge on that play. And that time, Paris Shan taking the charge, sacrificing his body for the team.
Truly a bang-bang play. Almost impossible to call that one correctly. Could have gone either way.
Back up the court now. Taffy long. That's a lot of space, but he air balls that 2 trips down, and Tafe long. 2 bad shots. Barbary. If you're Lincoln Prep here, you like to see them get down in the post, and that's what they do. Grumback powering himself in a little too strong on the post move. Here comes Phillip. Pulling up from mid-range, and he hits the shot that time. Sabri Phillip picking up where he left off in the first quarter. Grumback. He's going to let it fly. Lincoln Prep not getting great shots right now. Phillip. Oh, what a beautiful scoop layup, but couldn't finish it that time off the glass.
Great move from Phillip. Lincoln Prep pushing the pace of play. And a travel called by the referee heading TRC's way.
If you're Altman there, you got to work on your footwork down low off the catch. And Tyler Sagal, after a short rest, is going to check back in for Lincoln Prep.
Yeah, I wouldn't anticipate any stretch this game where you see Sagal out of the game for more than 2 or 3 minutes at a time.
But a minute and a half here in the second quarter. 12-point game, 34-22 for TRC Academy over Lincoln Prep. Taffy long, over to Shan. Phillip. A wild shot there, but they're going to call the foul. Ben Julius, head coach of Lincoln Prep, not happy about that call. It seems like they got bailed out that time.
Yeah, I believe so. It looked like it was on the ground, and it will be on the ground. So TRC retaining possession.
Good pass inside Downey in the low post. Looked like he had the mismatch that time. Surprised he didn't take it. Phillip, another mid-range shot, and he hits the Jimmy again.
Sabri Phillips got so much fluidity about his game. He can hit a 3rd gear from the first right away, so when he's hitting that mid-range jumper, it's almost impossible to guard him.
Here's Scotty Jenkins. Sagal, one-on-one with Downey. No airspace. Sagal going to take a tough contested shot, and he puts it in from the outside. Tyler Sagal with the hand in his face, and it doesn't matter. Navin. Downey. Taffy long. Shan now. Looks like TRC has a broken play here. Oh, what a crossover by the big man, and he puts it in off glass. If you're Lincoln Prep, you need more 3-point shots from Sagal, that's for sure.
It's even difficult to get Sagal the ball right now. Sabri Phillips doing everything he can to deny him possession.
Oh, great defensive play that time. Navin. Acrobatic layup,
oh!
And that time Phillip on the putback with the hammer.
Sabri Phillips rise up and knock it down.
And Altman responds on the other end. TRC getting a little too caught up in that putback dunk.
A couple transition dunks there. Sabri Phillips rising up and knocking it down using all 45 inches of that vertical.
Navin off the front of the iron that time, and Sagal comes away with the board.
That could be Nava's first miss of the game.
Barbosa, good defense by Shan. Leahy couldn't hit the shot. Good box out that time by Shan. Shan gonna take it himself, and they're gonna call a charge. That was clear as day. That time Altman sacrificing his body.
And Altman looking to get a spark from this Lincoln Prep team, putting his body on the line. We see a few new faces checking in for both teams.
Labetta now going to take it up for Lincoln Prep as Barbary is on the bench right now. Trying to get some off-ball screen action here for Ryan. Sagal find himself open, and a rare open miss that time by Tyler Sagal. They get the lucky bounce. Sagal, mid-range shot. He can't pop it in. And the offensive glass, Bayfield going up strong this time, and he can't put it in. It rolls off the rim. Here comes Phillip in the TRC Academy. Phillip, good hustle defense by Bayfield. Back and forth action right now. Ryan gonna take it in hard, and they're gonna call it charge. And not a popular opinion here with the fans, as it seems to be mostly Lincoln Prep fans here.
Yeah,
visiting gym.
Really interesting dynamic, because Lincoln Prep about 20 minutes away from here, so it's almost a derby game between these two high schools.
That time, honestly, I don't agree with the refs on that call. DeVario, too much space, in and out. Bayfield comes away with the rebound. Right now, if you're Lincoln Prep, you gotta score. They're missing shots, they're not in a rhythm. Cato, good inside pass, and it's blocked. Here comes DeVario. Crossover in the lane. Good footwork that time by the big man, Milivojevic. Tallest player on the floor right now. You look for them to take advantage of that mismatch.
Yeah, it seems like TRC's got a huge physicality mismatch, and they're going to keep trying to exploit that, stroking it from behind the arc when it's open, but attacking the rim when it's not.
DeVario finds an open Taffy, long. Another miss from three-point range. Phillip, no-look pass inside, and he puts it in. What a find, what a dime by Phillip.
Phillip doing it on both sides of the floor, has not taken a rest yet this game. It seems like the coach is going to ride him to victory or to defeat. But Lincoln on the other end, Tyler Sagal, he's not getting into a groove yet. Phillips is doing such a great job of denying him the ball. It almost seems like he's disengaged at this point of the game. And he's got to start hitting a few shots and get his confidence back and get some extra touches for him to start being the X factor that we all know he can be.
And you know what? If it's not Phillip on Sagal, they're still putting size on him. They're putting Lorenzo Downey on him. And they're doing a great job on Sagal, shutting him down so far to this point. But a week ago against Southwest Academy, Sagal just went off in the second half and ended up with 48 points. So anything could happen here. And just when you thought the 10-point game for Lincoln Prep was only down 10 at the end of the first quarter, it's like it's getting away from them once again.
Yeah, it's clear to me who's been outplaying the other at this point, and I don't think anybody can debate that right now. But the way Lincoln Prep is going to get back into it is with their schemes. You got to get Tyler Sagal the open shots. You can't just keep ignoring him. You got to get him in those high screen and rolls. Let him hit a few mid-range jumpers so we can extend the range to where we know he can consistently make those 15, 20 footers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Lincoln Prep, under 5 minutes to go, looking for some answers here. Looks like TRC went to a zone, and Sagal got an open shot, and he drops it in the bucket from the outside once again.
See, it doesn't make sense to me. You're doing so well in man-to-man. Why do you go to a zone?
Open shot. Oh, decides to pass it to Milivojevic, sorry. That time off the shot, off the mark that time. Good footwork, however.
Milivojevic, clearly the tallest player on the floor right now.
Good rebound. Back the other way, DeVario, bounce pass. A little too strong that time, and Taffy Long couldn't handle it. Comes Barbary, 14-point game. See if they go back to the traditional pick and roll. They don't. Good knockaway. Navin.
Oh, he throws it up.
Can't get it to go on the alley-oop.
And now Lincoln heading the other way.
No foul on the play that time.
And Sagal, frustration foul. He cannot be picking these up. That's his second of the game.
He's got to calm himself there. Barbary trying to calm him down here. Not happy with the ref.
In Sagal's defense, it did look like he was fouled there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I have to agree with you on that one. And leading to a frustration foul on the other end.
TRC leading this one 44, Lincoln 30. And TRC 1 foul away from the bonus.
Mishandled that time. Grumback comes away with it. Sagel has got some space. Nice cross-court pass.
Great movement.
Barbary, extra pass. Jenkins
Wrong pass.
No shot. Grumback, bounce pass inside. Altman between two defenders and he banks it in.
Altman getting the finish, but Tyler Sagel was wide open in the corner there. Even though they got 2, they could have got 3.
Nasidis, Milijevic, and the foul. You know, the scorer's tables got the wrong score. It should be 46-32 right now, but it reads 48-30. Sure. Ben Julius having a talk right now.
We have it right. They have it wrong.
Trying to get the scoreboard here fixed in the actual Rise Center here. The score reads on ours, the correct one. Should be 46-32.
Of course, the magnitude of this game is so large for both of these teams. TRC fighting for that first position, and with a win today, they'll tie Ridley College atop the top of the West standings. And Lincoln Prep currently, as we see a putback off a rebound, Lincoln Prep out of the playoffs by 2 games. So a huge game for Lincoln Prep here.
Sagel. Jenkins. Down low to Bayfield. Ben Bayfield. 2 dribbles. Power move. Can't get it to fall. Good defense that time. Here comes Phillip back the other way. Sabry Phillip, another mid-range pull-up, and he knocks it down once again. Sabry Phillip is unconscious right now. Grumback. Sagel gets the switch.
Good pass from Sagel. Wide
man.
open.
Jenkins, they just cannot get it going from the outside, and it will stay Lincoln Prep ball. About a minute 54 remaining here in this opening half. So far it's been dominated by TRC, and a rare rest here for Sabry Phillip. Tyler Sagel comes off the floor as well.
Tyler Sagel heading into halftime a couple minutes early. A little bit surprising move, but honestly, I'm not surprised. He's got 5 points to this point, and it hasn't really looked like he's been getting it going.
TRC looks like it's a broken play, but there's a mismatch. Franconi takes advantage of it, and the putback by Milijevic. What a play that time. It's about a second putback already in this quarter for TRC, and Brandon Miller trying to respond off the front of the iron.
And when you're that tall, it's almost hard not to dunk.
No doubt about it. Navin losing control.
And a quick steal, Lincoln can break here. Oh!
Mishandled that time by Barbary. Definitely wants that one back.
Almost scored it though.
Diadaverio. They had the mismatch down low with Franconi. Surprised they didn't go to him. Nasidis unable to hit from 3. Under a minute to go now. If you're Lincoln Prep, you'd like to get a 2-for-1 here and get some momentum going into the second half. Grumback. Barbary driving it in hard. Not a great pass that time. Navin coming back the other way. Navin, scoop layup, he banks it in. What a shot.
Great move from Ava Navin. Coast to coast, finishing with the finger roll.
If you look at Prep here, you want to get one good shot. No chance for the 2-for-1 anymore. Bayfield down low. Tough baby hook that time. And it's just all falling apart here for Lincoln Prep at the end of this quarter, and shot clock is turned off now, and TRC has the last shot of the quarter. Navin, scoop layup again and can't hit. Bayfield saves it, and that'll be the end of the half. really dominated by TRC that time. Right now it reads 56-32. And that'll do it for the half. Quick takeaways before we head to break.
Physicality has been the biggest talking point so far in this game. TRC has been dominant with the physicality battle. Lincoln Prep needs to do a better job of controlling the pace of play. That's really the only way that they're going to conquer this 24-point deficit.
No doubt about it. And we'll see if Lincoln Prep can bounce back in the second half. Once again, you're watching OSBA TV's Game of the Week.
One that's still on. I don't know. You can't really hear anything.
It's so sweaty in there.
Just don't say anything you don't want the mics to hear. Alright. That's all we got. Yeah, it's really hot in here.
Yeah.
If you guys want what the girls have started to do, the broadcast team for the girls, they've started to only do a player from the winning team for interviews. It's completely up to you guys. Right? If you guys want to do 2 players from the winning team, you want to do 1 from each.
Yeah, I'd probably do 2 players from the winning team, honestly.
Yeah, if you want
I definitely want to talk to Savory Phillip for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And we'll get the score after the game, and then we'll see from there.
Yeah.
Look, it's gonna be Savory Phillip for sure.
Philip and probably Nava.
Yeah. Is it Nava or Nava? I gotta get that right.
Avon, Nava.
Nava. You gotta stop saying Phillips.
The couple times I did, I was trying to say Phillips.
Phillips.
I was trying to
Philip. Yeah, it's hard to do.
Yeah, it was like
Phillips sounds more natural, right?
no, it was like Phillips is or like it was like
My bad.
Yeah, but I said it a few times. I know that.
It's a good half.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, broadcasting wise, the game is a blowout. So what's the actual score? Is it 50?
56-32.
Okay, good.
Oh wait, what? They changed it? Why did they change it?
They are not a great scoreboard team.
No, they're not. Well, it's a bunch of kids from the other team. They're players, not scorekeepers. And it shows.
Brazil?
No.
Oh, Liverpool?
So one game, I don't know when it's going to be, but Ridley and Orangeville. In Orangeville.
I want that.
Sometime in February.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Get us on the call.
No, it's going to be Chris. Chris does every game, no matter what.
I'll definitely come out anyways.
I don't know. We will see. Yeah, definitely come to that one. You haven't been there, so yeah, come.
Yeah, I need to go.
It's very, very nice. I like those games because I don't have to set this whole thing up.
No?
No, they already have it all set up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's that kind of place.
Oh, okay.
Is that my team?
Yeah, pretty much. Soccer.
Is it for FIFA or some other thing?
FIFA. It's like Ultimate Team, but soccer.
What's Mbappe rated?
He's rated 87, I think. But he's worth like so much money. He's young still.
Yeah, true.
That's not your team. You're trying to buy some.
No, these are just players. My team is worth like, I packed this guy. Packed Pogba. Yeah, I packed him. So he's like, the whole cost of my team is how much this guy was worth because I don't have money in this game.
I gotta get into that. I love FIFA. But I haven't bought any of these for 2 years.
Oh, Ultimate Team's dope, dude.
I don't have the time for this shit. How do you guys have time for this?
Yeah, I don't play. I can't play 2K anymore.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I
got
yeah.
I got 18 and I tried to play the My Player. It's too much. I don't have time.
Dude, 19 My Player is even worse, man. Like,
there's like that many more levels to it.
2K's done. Man, you gotta go over and play in Shanghai, China for a bit.
I like that part.
I did not.
Too much.
I'd rather start in college like they did in 2K17.
So it's just the same shit over and over again. I don't know why I bought it, but I did.
Yeah, I don't know why either, man. I have it at my place and I got a lot of downtime, but I'd rather watch Netflix. I don't know.
I always get scammed by those games, man. I'm like, oh shit, Kawhi's on the team. $90. Here you go. Meanwhile, I could literally just put him on the Raptors. Jerome Davies. Canadian. Yeah. Yeah.
When do you think Canada's ever going to get good at soccer?
Not yet, but there will be.
It will be, yeah.
We're starting to do it.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
CPL?
Yeah. They're going to be good, man. They're not going to be great ever, but they're going to make World Cups. We're definitely making the World Cup in 8 years. I'll tell you that much for free.
Who said that 8 years ago?
It'll be like
No,
basketball.
like they hosted the World Cup.
It's like basketball in Canada, how it slowly got there. It'll slowly get there.
It'll slowly become a top like 30 team.
Like
30
that,
country.
our Steve Nash, the Steve Nash of soccer just got to Europe. So
Yeah.
give it time. Give it
Steve
time.
Nash is also good at soccer though. Steve Nash could probably make the soccer team.
Well, right now we perhaps got the best Canada. We got arguably the best potential Canadian player coming up, right? And RJ.
Yeah. Well, we had Wiggins, and then we have
Stop! I don't even want to hear about Wiggins anymore, man. Like he's just.
we have Elijah Fisher coming up too. He's probably better than RJ.
What's the guy?
Sick.
What's the guy in Michigan?
Iddy. Just call him Iddy. There's no way you're pronouncing
Lou Dortz is going to be a monster. The guy's already built like a man.
They're comparing him to James Harden.
Well, they do both play at Arizona State.
Yeah, but like, come on.
Who can you really compare James Harden to now?
Well, this is like the James Harden of TRC.
Who?
He played like Victor Oladipo.
Hello?
Yeah.
Puts his head down and just
Philip.
Oh. I saw Oladipo play the other week. I went to the Raptors and Indiana game. Just shut him down. Kawhi wasn't even playing.
Oladipo wasn't played well this year.
What?
Home Depot hasn't played well this year.
Oladipo?
Yeah.
He's not bad. He's going to make the All-Star game.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but what does that really say about someone? Come on.
I don't think so.
Come on.
But the thing is, man, they're like 31 and 15. It's not like they're bad. They're like 4th in the East.
Yeah, but none of their guys are like, whoa, look at this guy.
They're in what division are they in? Who do they play against?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, man.
The thing is that they can't win against winning teams and winning records.
Exactly.
I'll take Miles
They're like the
Turner.
Raptors from
I
like
like
3 years ago.
Yeah.
They're like 2 bid trades away.
They're 2 years away from being 2 years away.
Dude, if Kawhi leaves, we're going to be 5 years away from being 5 years away again.
Yeah.
Reset the franchise.
Yeah.
The good thing though is like if Kawhi leaves and we don't sign Lowry, if we don't sign Serge, like we're good still. Like we're not dropping to like the
bench,
water.
bench mode?
We're not dropping to water. Like that's the key.
No.
Let's trade Kawhi mid-season, get the first-round pick of Phoenix or Cavs.
I honestly believe without Kawhi and without Lowry, we're still a top 8 team.
Top 8 in the East?
In the East,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Without Lowry,
Brooklyn's better than
without
us.
Ibaka?
Ibaka's still there.
Ibaka's still there. So without Kyle and
Kawhi.
Kawhi, they're a top 8 team?
Brooklyn would be better than Toronto without Kawhi and Leonard. I think. Without Kawhi and Kyle, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It would be close.
Yeah.
Well, you got more Patrick McCaw in there though. He's got championship pedigree. He's got more chips than anybody else in the Raps.
No. Kawhi has one.
Now this year,
Kyle's got 2.
Kyle was on both those.
Yeah.
On team.
oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he won both of them. He played
He didn't play last year.
35 minutes in the first one. He played 15 in the second one.
Wait, in the finals or on the
In
season?
the finals.
Okay.
Championship pedigree, bro.
Just press down and I'm good. And we're back here, OSBA Game of the Week, joined by my partner, Ryan Siegel, Anthony Gallo on hand. And so far it's been a blowout, 54-32 right now, the scoreboard reads. And if you're Lincoln Prep, you gotta stop TRC right now from beyond the arc and just stop them in general, because they've been dominating on all facets of the game.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Sabri Phillip with a huge game.
In order for them to come back in this game, they really need to muscle down on the defensive end. I would even think of going man-to-man at this point, because they've just been picking out that zone, as we see right away Sabri Phillip picking right where he left off, attacking Tyler Sagel.
No doubt about it. And Sagel's got to get something going on the other end, and Lincoln Prep in general has got to get a bucket here. Barbary held up once again. Scotty Jenkins, one-on-one Nava. Oh, what a block. Second block of the game for Phillip. DeVario throwing it up. He oops the alley to Phillip. What a play that time.
Sabri Phillips rising up and throwing it down.
Great chemistry by DeVario and Phillip. And it all started with Phillip's block on Sagel on the other end on three-point shot. Nearly a travel again. Another block, but he gets bailed out by the foul that time. Altman going to head to the line for two.
Any momentum that Lincoln was hoping to bring up from that halftime pep talk must be gone after that steal and slam.
Yeah, if there was any momentum in general.
Well, you got to think that the coach was talking to them, firing them up. 22 points is not insurmountable.
Yeah, but you are playing against the defending champs, that's for sure.
Well, Tyler Sagel dropped 48 points last week, so a 25-point second half is not out of the question.
Yeah, but it's whether his team can drop. It's whether his team can defend this TRC hot shooting right now, and Sabri Phillip has just been on fire, and he's gonna ball handle now up the court. Oh, pull out your do-it-yourself kit, but that time a tough shot and good defense by Lincoln Prep. Sagel, Jenkins, a rare open shot for Lincoln, and they can't hit.
It just appears that from the last half onto this half, it's continued. Once they do get their rare open shots, they're a little too cold to hit them.
Time Franconi off the mark.
And Sagel.
Labetta to Sagel. He's going to pop a three, and he puts it in. It rattled around in the rim before it dropped.
And Sagel, 8 points in this game.
Beautiful shot that time again by Phillip. He's just on fire right now. Bad pass again. Frustration is setting in for Lincoln Prep. 60-37, the scoreboard reads. And a quick timeout here, 2 minutes into this half. And Ben Julius is going to talk it over with the squad. Again, if you're Lincoln Prep, you got to be more motivated in this right now. I understand the competition. And Ben Julius is getting fired up on the bench right now.
And I think that's really the only way he can wake up his Lincoln Prep players, because it seemed like a few of them had given up in the previous couple possessions. So really not what you want to see as a head coach, an assistant coach, or a teammate at this point. Some of your best players hanging their head, heading towards the defensive end.
Well, to each their own, right? I don't know if that's the best option right now, but you got to find any way, I suppose.
Maybe a little tough love will wake them up. But on the other end, the Rise have been playing phenomenal to this point. On the offensive and on the defensive end, hitting their open shots when they get them, but taking the ball to the rim and controlling the complexion of the game from the inside to the outside.
No doubt. And if you're Lincoln Prep, after this game, you're finally back home, and you face Bill Crothers SS, and then you're off to Athlete Institute Red, and then you're back on the road for not an easy, and the game against King's Christian on the 7th of February can have big implications, as they're neck and neck right now in the standings. But if they continue this losing streak, it's not looking good for them in heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, and of course Bill Crothers, one of the weaker teams in the OSBA, so maybe that could be a swing game momentum swinger for them, because if they lose this game, they'll be 2.5 games behind Kings Christian for that final playoff spot.
Nav off the mark that time. The layup. If you're looking Prep, you got to get back to that transition fast tempo. It seems to work for them, and they get open shots. Sagal down low to Altman, looking to do some work in the post. Good defense again by TRC, and he floats it in. Good shot that time by Grumbach. Diadaverio, screen coming. Nava. Sabry Phillip, they hit the trap on him. Franconi off the front of the rim. I beg your pardon, this Francoloni, and this time it was Nausidus.
And a rare miss from TRC, but offensive boards have been killing Lincoln Prep. Even if they get a miss, they usually grab the offensive rebound.
Diadaverio picking up the pace. Oh, good pass fake, and he easily banks it off the glass for another layup, extending the lead 64-39. We're not even halfway through this quarter.
Fool's gold there. Looked like he thought he was going to get the steal, but blown by.
Scotty Jenkins, high ball screen coming here. Sagal, another toughly contested shot. And that's been the story all game for TRC. And 3-on-1 here. Another alley-oop, but just a little too high this time for Nausidus.
And for me, there needs to be a little more hustle shown by this Lincoln team. They're a very fast squad, but they just have not shown it.
They just really have no pep to their step right now, I guess you could say. And whether that's the TRC's defense just hawking down on them or just a lack of aggression right now. But
yeah, just no pep in their step, no swag in their shot. And we saw in their pregame that they were very confident with the way they were warming up. And it seemingly has gone away almost immediately in this game.
Time a good shot by Grumbach, 2 buckets in a row. Francoloni, and he drains it again. Talk about a big man with an outside shot. Grumbach, one-on-one with Nausidus. Chibetta. Grumbach loses the ball. Here comes Phillip. He's got a break again, and good foul that time by Leahy Chibetta. Coming back and hustling, and he looks like he was winding up for a windmill that time.
And Leahy keeping him off the highlight reel, off the OSBA highlight reel with that foul. It looked like he might have done something to tear this house down.
The bench would have definitely been off the seats, off the chairs, I should say. Gonna head to the line for 2. Looking to make it 1 for 2 here from the line, 67-41 right now. It's been all TRC through the first 2 quarters and some change here.
Yeah, and they really took control of the complexion of the game right off the beginning. As we see Sagal rising and unable to knock down another 3. He still only got 8 points. Must be nearing 10 or so shots right now.
Jump ball coming here, and they're desperately trying to get a shot off a screen for Tyler Sagal. And it was a pretty good look that time, unable to hit, a rare miss for Tyler Sagal.
And Sagal heading to the bench once again, and he is not happy with his performance today. We see a few cups fly off the Gatorade stand.
Barbosa, Shamar Ryan. Cato throws it into Bayfield, and he goes up strong. That's what you want to see if you're Ben Julius and Lincoln Prep. Diadaverio, wide open, and he makes no mistake about it again, and he plays the little Lance Stevenson guitar down the floor. Lincoln Prep doesn't like that one, that's for sure. They're just having fun with it now. It's TRC Academy. Cato. Down low to Barbosa. Barbary looking to do it himself. Good pass inside to Bayfield. And shot clock violation. Great defense once again by TRC.
And TRC getting everything they want on the defensive end, making it almost impossible for this Lincoln Prep team to break through.
High ball screen coming here. Parashan sets it for DiDeverio. Getting inside, trips up, and turnover that time, and it will be back to Lincoln Prep. Barbosa going to inbound now, and Barbari's going to take it up. DiDeverio's, haven't talked about it all day, but he's been playing great defense on Barbary, and another forced shot. He's got man running, DiDeverio. That time lays it in.
DiDeverio far too quick for anybody on Lincoln Prep to catch up. Almost in a blink of the eye, he's already rising for the layup.
That time, Barbary getting the and one, is going to head to the line, and a chance at a three-point play.
Couple number ones exchanging buckets. This one will send him to the line for the and one.
Barbary class of 2020. See Lincoln Prep trying to counter with some size here as Brandon Altman is back in the game. Sagel's still on the bench for Lincoln Prep. 73-45, 33 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in this third quarter, and he completes the and one. Barbary's been getting torched all day by DiDeverio. We wonder if they go back to the high pick and roll. Downey, beautiful play that time, just well off the mark, and it will stay TRC's ball. Ben Julius adamant about the shot clock being at 12 because it didn't hit the rim, and he's got a good case there.
Yeah, and it's good to see a coach like that, when you are down by this much, still fighting tooth and nail for every little advantage he can get.
Phillip, a rare miss that time. He just gets great height on that shot, on that mid-range jump shot. Jabetta, Altman, good off-ball defense that time by Downey, and it will stay Lincoln Prep's ball. Jabetta. Down low. Altman blocked by Phillip again. That's his third rejection of the game.
And each better than the last. This man has rockets in his boots.
Altman missing the open three that time, and Phillip back down the other way. Sabry Phillip tries to take it himself. Silly turnover that time, and back comes Cato. Cato, Euro step in, blocked that time by Downey. Good recovery by TRC.
Back-to-back blocks in the paint. This TRC team is so good on the inside. They got a major height advantage, a major physicality advantage, and it's been showing.
Cato trying to get Altman going once again in the post. Good defense that time, but even better offense by Brandon Altman once again. DiDeverio pulls back smartly. High ball screen coming once again. Good pick and roll defense. Shang gonna have to take it himself. And he can't finish it. Phillip almost with another putback dunk. Cato going up strong. Good defense by Downey once again. When it seems like Lincoln Prep has an opportunity in transition, TRC is just there to reject them.
They've done a great job this game, TRC has, of getting back and really limiting this transition play. So even when they look like they might have a 2-on-1, a 3-on-2, they have got guys right behind them who are ready to sniff out the opportunities.
Grumbach, open three, and Grumbach hits a three that time. Good shot, 73-50, 51. DiDeverio heading up court, one-on-one with Jabetta. Another high ball screen. He's got Nava wide open, well beyond the arc, and well short that time. Shamar Ryan, Grumback. Can't make it 2 in a row. And a tough fall that time. Looks like Parrish Shand is down, just for the moment though.
That could have been a nasty fall, but it looks like he's going to walk it off. Going back to that earlier shot that Ava Nava missed at the top of the key. He was unconscious in that first quarter, but hasn't really got it going since then.
Yeah, it looks like he slowed down a little bit here. Dia DeVario heading up court with Jabetta one-on-one with him. Got to be careful here. You don't want to get a reach-in foul. Downey. Dia DeVario, a lot of space, and missed that time. And a foul coming. It's going to be against, I'm going to call it on Lincoln Prep. No, I beg your pardon. It'll be on TRC. A little too aggressive there on the floor.
And even when they're up 22 points, they're still putting bodies on the ground, still hustling, which is a great thing to say about one team, and I'd love to say it about both, but it doesn't seem like Lincoln's had nearly the same type of fire that TRC's come out with.
This is their championship pedigree, you know, they never give up no matter the score. This time Barbosa down low, no call that time. Dia DeVario finds Shan.
20-point lead.
Parrish Shan, crossover, trying to take it himself. Good defense by Grumback, but on the follow-up, Parrish Shan showing those muscles. Siegel, highly contested shot, not a great one that time. Nava, Shan feeling it. Shan well off the mark. Good save by Barbosa. Comes Barbary. Has Sagal, nice extra pass, and blocked that time by Nava. The hustle from TRC here has been really the story of the game.
Yeah, and it truly has, and it starts from the top down. Sabri Phillips has been everywhere, and every player on TRC has followed his lead.
12 seconds remaining. This will be the last shot of the quarter. Sagal unable to hit. I guess it's not the last shot of the quarter. 5 seconds remaining here for TRC. Shan dribbles it off his foot, and that'll do it for the quarter. 75-53, and just really the same that we saw in the second quarter. TRC taking over this game and extending their lead 75-53.
Yeah, and it's going to need truly a miracle for Lincoln to come back and win this game. Their effort has lacked in this second half, in the entirety of this game, to be frank. They've truly just been outplayed by maybe a better team today. However, we do know that this Lincoln Prep team can match up with TRC if they put the effort in, but it's just a question of how and if they're going to do that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And earlier we talked about Lincoln Prep's upcoming schedule. Let's change it to TRC. Next game they have Athlete Institute Red, King's Christian Collegiate, and Athlete Institute Black. Those are very winnable games and good test, I guess you could say, heading into Father Henry Christian. And then you have Ridley College, which that'll be a huge game on the 20th of February. And then obviously finishing off here against the rivals Rise Prep. But that Ridley College game, that's definitely circled on their calendar, rematch of last year's final. And you know Ridley wants that game, losing by 1 basket last year in the finals.
So let's look at the next 3 games. All 3 very winnable games, as you said before. Athlete Institute Red and Black have 1 win between the 2 teams to this point in the season. So that should be 2 wins. And then in between those, sandwiched in between, you have King's Christian Collegiate, which Lincoln is truly in battle for that last playoff spot. It's likely going to go to one of those 2 teams. And if they end up winning that one and Lincoln can go on a bit of a run, maybe that game between Lincoln and Kings could be the decider for a playoff spot come that last Western playoff spot come playoff time. So, of course, you have to play a team like Rise.
Sorry to cut you off, but the thing for King's Christian, it's going to be here at the Rise Center. We know TRC it's very rare that TRC loses at home.
Yeah, they're an absolute monster on their home court, as we've seen this season, the entirety of the season, and it surely will continue that way. They won the championship last year. They're defending on their home court, and it's going to be an absolute monster to take down this team, especially if you're matched up in the first round. As we see Nava just hitting backboard on that three.
Jabetta, Sagal, Altman. Good footwork that time. Everything but the finish. And on the rebound, he's going to head to the line for two. Good
and
play.
The little effort that's been put in for Lincoln Prep's team, you really have to look at Altman. He's played probably the best game on this team. I can't think of any moment where this guy is not in the right position. He's been banging on the boards. He's clearly outmatched physically by a few of these taller Rise players, but he's been playing a great game, and he deserves all the praise for that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Altman missing that one. And he makes the second. 20-point game once again. Nava. Diadaverio, that's a lot of space. Surprised he didn't take that one. Francoloni off the mark. Comes Lehi Jabetta. Grumback. Nice hesitation in the lane with the baby hook. Beautiful shot there by Bennett Grumback. Francoloni. Good shot. Gets his own rebound. Stripped by Grumback. Barbary. Grumback for three. Well off the mark that time. Altman blocked.
And Altman, clearly the biggest player on this Lincoln Prep team, but towered over by Milijevic.
Trying to take it himself, and Jabetta that time. Quick 4 baskets, and you see here Diadaverio down on the other end. Looking like he's in some agonizing pain here. This would not be a good sign for TRC. This is the last thing they want.
No, certainly not when you got that was 16-point lead only, but still a commanding lead of this game. You don't want one of your best players going down for a day or a week or a longer period of time.
Good to see him get off on his own power. If you're the coach here, I'd say you just rest him the rest of the game. It looks like the game is a bit out of reach here. I mean, it's only a 16-point game, but the way TRC's been playing, just need to keep their foot on the pedal, and it'll be glory from here. Yeah,
this team goes 13 players deep, so you can definitely slot anybody into his spot right now, especially with this commanding lead. But from my opinion, it looks like it's just a pulled muscle.
He does have a bandage on that left leg that he just injured there. Interesting to see if it carries over into the next game or not. Yeah. Right in front of us here, we have Paris Shand limping, trying to walk off an injury here.
And that's always a danger when you play with the physicality that this team comes with every day. That one or two players might go down in a game like this. Seems like both should be okay as time wears on.
Interesting decision here for Coach Tyrell Vernon and putting Sabri Phillip back in the game. You think that he'd go to his bench here, but Phillip is a gamer, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Phillip will play 40 minutes if you ask him to. He's always ready to play, and 16-point lead isn't insurmountable. They cut it from, I believe, 25 a few moments ago, 2.5, 3, 4 minutes ago. So not out of reach for Lincoln if they can string one together, but you got to protect the lead if you're TRC. We see a travel here.
Looked like I thought it could have been a jump ball there, but good call by the ref.
Tyson Cole checking into the game, immediately getting trapped.
Jabetta. From back. Oh, beautiful footwork that time. Can't finish, however. Gets his own board, and he banks it in. Strong move that time. Cuts it down to a 14-point lead now. For TRC, this is where Sabri Phillips got to turn it up. Nearly turns it over. And he does, and it's a couple sloppy turnovers here and a couple stops. And Lincoln Prep has some life.
And so does this team support. They got a bunch of people cheering them on in the away court, and really this game is starting to get a bit of life back in it.
Sagel. Strong pass, and Altman's gonna head to the line for two and see the momentum kind of shift here.
Oh yeah, it's definitely shifted a lot. We'll see a couple free throws to cut the game back down to a dozen. Definitely attainable at that point.
Nava at the scorer's table getting ready to check back in for TRC. It's like Downey's gonna come out of the game for him. Nava and the ref having a couple words there. Tensions are a little hot right now on the TRC bench.
Lincoln Prep, even if they don't pull their way back into this game to win this one, you got to think that this is a stepping stone for the rest of their season. If they can pull back, gain a little momentum, a little bit of game back into them.
Got to play with a little bit of pride here, that's for sure, and that's what they've shown here in the first minute and 21 seconds in this fourth quarter.
And one could only imagine if they started showing this pride a full quarter ago, maybe they'd be closer game. You see a couple missed free throws. They're going to need to hit their shots from the line if they're going to pull back into this one.
Big missed free throws that time. 14-point game still. High ball screen coming. Francoloni. Nava, that's a lot of space. Off the front of the iron, a big rebound by Francoloni.
And Nava's been off this half.
Looks like there's a whistle on the floor. Scorer's table didn't reset the shot clock. Should be at 14, of course, with the new rules around all basketball circuits. When it's off a shot clock doesn't reset. Sorry, an offensive rebound, it doesn't reset to 24. It's now 14, and they set it to 12 now, actually.
Must be taking a couple seconds off for the reset of the play.
Every possession is huge now in the final 7 minutes here for both teams. Phillip loses the ball again.
And Savory Phillips, a couple of costly turnovers here might result into points.
Got to keep moving the ball here for Lincoln Prep. Sagel for three. Sagel with a clutch three-point shot that time. And it's an 11-point game, and Lincoln Prep has got some life. Momentum has swung.
Tyler Sagel breaking into double digits. He's got 11, heading in to the last bit of the game.
For TRC here, the only reason they're coming back in this game is because of the sloppy turnovers on the offensive end. You got to pick that up. It'd be a big surprise to me if TRC ends up coming out on the losing side this time, and that'll be 4 losses in a row for the defending champions who were 15-1 last year.
Yeah, it would truly be a heartbreaker if they came out with a loss after this game. I believe they held a 25-point lead at some point in this one, so to secure this win, you're only up by 11 right now on your home floor after giving up 3 straight losses to teams you maybe should have beaten. Especially as a defending champion, you'd expect to win just about every game. Orangeville, of course, an extremely difficult game, which they lost last, but Central Tech and Vaughan Secondary, both winnable games for a team with this championship pedigree.
All by a possession or two, I should say, and
that could have something to do with them not being able to close out games.
It's interesting though because all those losses have come in the East Division. They are 7-0 in their division. This would be their first loss in the Western Conference this year. Obviously, they're trying to catch Ridley right now. You'd love to have that #1 spot heading into the postseason.
And they are still the only undefeated team in their division in divisional play.
Francoloni, that's a wide open shot, and he drains it, no mistake about it.
Francoloni stopping this run. It's a 14-point game.
I want to get that pronunciation right. It's Adam Francolini. And back into the game now is Darius Diadaverio. Been a big part of this game so far for TRC. Back into the game despite limping off the court earlier.
Diadaverio looks to be walking a little gingerly right now as we see him come back on.
Mid-range shot that time. Here, Lincoln, you got to get a basket here. It's falling away again. 80-64. Sagal, another contested shot, and he puts it in despite the outstretched hands of Sabri Phillip. Good crossover by Nava. Tough shot. Great defense by Tyler Sagal. Barbary. Grumback into Altman. Good extra pass. Well short. Grumback gonna let it fly, and he puts it in. Clutch shot, making it an 11-point game once again. 5.5 minutes remaining in this final quarter.
And we finally see some pressure defense from Lincoln Prep. This is what the game needed.
Francolini, high ball screen. Nazadis. Diadaverio. This is who you want the ball in the hands of. Phillip. Good denial. Diadaverio wide open. Rare miss, and he's not going to miss that 2 times in a row.
And Leahy dribbling the ball. He's done a great job of guarding Phillip down the stretch.
Barbary, Grumback taking it in strong, off glass, and he gets it to fall off the rim, making it a single-digit game once again with 4:50 remaining.
We got ourselves a game here.
Another high ball screen coming here. Nava takes it on the switch. Good defense by Altman. Nazadis going in hard. Francolini wide open for 3, in and out. Back comes Lincoln Prep, they got numbers. 5-on-4, Grumback for 3, and he puts it in from the corner. Bennett Grumback cuts the lead to 6.
This crowd is going wild. 6-point lead for TRC. Lincoln Prep showing some late life.
And what a turn of events
What
here.
a turnaround we have. We both know that Lincoln can score with the best of them, but the question was, could they defend? They've turned both their offensive and their defensive prowess on in this 4th quarter.
You see Bayfield getting checked in for Altman. Brandon Altman is giving him great minutes tonight. I wonder if he gets a long rest or they stick with Bayfield the rest of the game. Diadaverio, one-on-one with Barbary. They try to trap him. Phillip, one-on-one with Jabetta. Sabri Phillip, and they're gonna call a foul, but it's gonna be on the floor as he was in the motion of passing with 1 second remaining on the shot clock. Obviously, it's gonna get reset to 14. Francolini one-on-one with Sagal, looking to take advantage of this. And in and out, back in again as it rolls around. Back to an 8-point game. For Lincoln Prep, you want to keep this pressure on. Grumback, good closeout by Francolini. Grumback, put back by Bayfield, and the foul. Ben Bayfield gonna head to the line and a chance for an extra point.
Ben Bayfield cleaning up the garbage, heading to the line for a 3-point play.
82-76 now. Gonna cut it to a 5-point lead here with this extra shot from the charity stripe. Tough miss that time. Barbary almost gets the offensive glass, and he does. Falls down, regains it, bodies flying all over the floor, and they're gonna call a loose ball foul on Adam Francolini. It's a big possession here for Lincoln Prep.
And Lincoln now in the bonus. Every foul will send them to the line for the next minute and a half.
Not yet, they corrected that. It's actually going to be one more foul and they'll be at the line. Grumback Good play for Sagal, and he puts it in again. Tyler Sagal cutting it to a 3-point lead.
Tyler Sagal lining it up and knocking it down. It's a 3-point game.
Now you're starting to hear the Lincoln Prep faithful here. Francolini tries to answer, can't. Now Lincoln Prep with a chance to tie the game. And they're gonna call a charge. But the refs, two opposite calls here. They gotta talk this one over. The line judge is calling it a charge, and the sideline ref is calling it a blocking foul. Interesting to see what they.
And this will be a really interesting call because it looks like there might have been a goaltend after that as well.
Timeout by TRC, and got to figure this one out here, and it looks like they're going to stick with the charging call here.
Huge call because it looked like it would have been the 2 points and one, as it looked like the ball was going down. Phillip flying through the air, catching the ball after it hits its apex and knocking it out of bounds. Regardless of the call, this man can fly.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've had it pretty entertaining last quarter here. Last 10 minutes of the game, at the start of this fourth quarter, we thought that TRC was going to run away with it. We could all but just book it up. The refs still discussing it on the court.
Sabry Phillips. I don't need to say it anymore. This man can fly. Literally hit his head on the backboard on that pass play.
It's a big final 3 minutes here. Controversial call just happened there, calling a charge instead.
Yeah, truly a game-changing play. Could have been a 3-point swing.
Still lots of time remaining, however. And Lincoln Prep comes up with another stop here, and anything can happen. But if you're TRC, you desperately need a bucket here.
Yeah, you desperately need to stop first and foremost because they've done a phenomenal job in this quarter of holding TRC to very little on the offensive end, making it very difficult for them to get anything open behind the arc and making it very difficult for them to even get in the paint.
Yeah, and you see here full court press being applied by Ben Julius and Lincoln Prep.
And we were talking earlier about Sabry Phillips hitting the pine earlier because of the lead they had. 3-point lead at this point, and you got your starters out there.
We look to get him the ball. Being guarded by Tyler Sagal now.
Huge game for Lincoln Prep.
They look to get him the ball too, and good off-ball denial by Sagal. Great off-ball defense, and Nazadis looking to drive in, scoop layup, he can't hit it. And it will stay TRC's ball as Sagal hit it out of bounds. The ball didn't hit the rim that time. Ben Julius is adamantly yelling at the ref, saying there's 1 second remaining on the clock. Ref's talking it over. 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock, they say. Gotta get a quick shot here for TRC. Can't fall asleep here on the defensive end if you're Lincoln Prep.
It's got to be a quick shot right out of the inbounds. Look for Phillip.
Oh, they fell asleep, and they get lucky that time. What a bad miss by Nazadis. That's gonna haunt him if they lose this game. And Barbary banks it in. 1-point game. 2:25 left in this OSBA game of the week. And that's exactly what it is, the game of the week right now. If we thought it would be a blowout win for TRC, Lincoln Prep has marched all the way back from 20+.
Game of the week, maybe game of the month. We'll have to wait and see.
Nazadis, Nava, baseline, good defense once again by Lincoln Prep. Nearly losing the ball is Barbary. He regains it. Gebetta, Crumpack looking to give them the lead. And he does! Drills it! I am mind blown right now. Lincoln Prep coming all the way back to 20 plus. Now take a 2-point lead. Phillip, tough contested shot, and he drains it.
And Sabri Phillip saying shh to the away fans who have traveled here to this gym.
Final 90 seconds of this game of the week. Crumpack again for 3, and he drains it from the outside. Bennett Crumpack, nothing but cash. And a foul that time by Sagal. They do have a couple fouls to give.
And these away fans are fired up. Huge deficit they've overcome. They have a 3-point lead with a minute and a half left in this. I don't think we have to stress anymore how big this game is for Lincoln. That they come out on top with a win. 2 games out of the playoff picture right now. And this would be a huge win to hand Rise their 4th straight loss.
And a huge confidence boost here for Lincoln Prep. Not only they would move up in the not move up in the standings, but they'd catch up to Kings Christian. But this is defeating the defending champions in their home court and their first division loss of the year. That would be huge and a big confidence booster here for Lincoln Prep.
Look, this game is a win for Lincoln no matter what happens over the next minute 30. They came out flat. They came out lethargic, as I'm sure they have over the last 4 games. They needed to pick it up on the defensive end. I've been stressing it all game long that they have the offensive firepower to win this one, but they needed to do it on the defensive side of the ball. They came out in the 4th quarter. They did exactly that, and they overcame this 20-plus point deficit against their defending champions. Win or lose, they're going to take a lot of confidence for this game, and it will set them up great for the second half of the season.
That sounds good and all, but they definitely want this W.
They definitely want the W, but look at the score right now.
Nah, no doubt about it. I think both of us can agree at the start of this 4th quarter, we thought this was TRC's game in the bag.
It sure looked like it, but something sparked inside of these players, and they came out with vengeance. They had a fire lit inside of them, and now they have a 3-point lead with under 90 seconds left.
Look to get it in the ball of your best player here in Sabri Phillip. DiDeverio, Nava, he's got an open shot, and Nava answers back with the 3-point bucket.
Ava Nava quiet this half, but shushes the away fans.
87-87, coming up on a minute to go. Barbary, Crumpack again for 3, well short this time. And TRC is going to slow down the ball. They have a chance to take the lead here. Under a minute to go. DiDeverio one-on-one with Barbary. High ball screen from Francolini. Nava with the ball again. Quick crossover. Beautiful play, and he banks it in. What a shot by Nava. 2 buckets in a row. Quick 5.50 run by himself. 89-87. .5 seconds remaining in what's been a nail biter up to this point, I should say.
You got to think Lincoln goes 2 for 1 here.
Barbary one-on-one with DiDeverio. Gebetta. Open, Crumpack for 3. Off the mark. Altman fighting for it, and he gets his own rebound. And they're going to call a jump ball. What a play by Adam Francolini.
But possession heading the Rise way.
They're going to call a jump ball.
And the Wolfpack retain possession. 18 seconds left. That might do it.
You got to foul quick here, and Ben Julius is very angry right now. He cannot believe it. He believes that it should be Lincoln Prep's ball. In one moment, if he keeps on chirping, he's going to pick up a technical here, and the assistant coach comes to hold him back.
Ben Julius knows how much this game means.
The refs are going to talk it over now. He's handing out a warning to Ben Julius.
And clearly a talking point between the referees, having them all come together.
And both teams can benefit from this, really. It's going to be basically a free timeout here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referees are talking about. It seemed pretty clear and concise what the head referee thought it was, so maybe they might overturn this one. And it would be an absolutely huge call if they do.
What Ben Julius is arguing is that the ref down on this far end called it Lincoln Prep's ball on the jump ball, but the ref over here is calling it TRC's ball. So now they're going to discuss it and see what comes about. I thought it was a clean jump ball, and what a play by Adam Francolini.
It might be difficult for the referees to overturn, but let's see what they decide.
Controversial call coming here. Looks like it's gonna remain TRC's ball.
No, it looks like it's going to Lincoln.
Oh wow, what a turn of events here if that's the case.
Huge call from the referees coming together. And from what I see, it looks like it's going to go Lincoln.
Yeah, TRC with their hands in the air right now, wondering what's going on.
So not only does this give them possession, but also a free timeout to drum up any play that they wanted. A 2-minute timeout.
A chance to tie the game or win the game on the last shot here. And I expect the ball to either be in Grumbach's hands here on the shot or Tyler Sagal.
So I think in this situation, I think you're completely right with the players who need to get the last shot here, but take best shot available.
Oh, they're calling it TRC. Wow, that was a controversial last minute there in the break, and it looked like Lincoln was going to get it. The reaction from the TRC players, but last minute they overturned it.
I'm not really sure what they told the head coach of TRC, but it looked like he was very upset with what they said.
Regardless, now the situation, 18.5 seconds remaining. If you're Lincoln Prep, you got to set the trap first, hope for a turnover, but immediately foul if you can.
Steal or foul here. It's the only way.
Got to foul him.
Looking for the steal. Picking up the foul, Nava heading to the line for 2 free throws. One of probably the best free throw shooter on this Rise team.
He's got a chance to potentially ice the game here. Still lots of time remaining, 14.5 seconds.
And these are 2 huge free throws. Of course, this Lincoln team's been red hot from behind the arc in this 4th quarter.
These are Nava's biggest free throws of the season so far. Looking to end a 3-game losing streak for TRC. And he makes
rattles home one.
In and out.
And the Wolfpack deciding to leave both their rebounders out.
And he makes both clutch free throws that time. And Ben Julius smartly is going to take a timeout here and advance the ball.
TRC leading by 2, 14 seconds left in this one. Lincoln Prep, it's going to be tough for them to win this one, but we said that earlier in this game, and look at where they're at right now. 4-point lead for TRC with 15 seconds left in this one, and really the way they've been playing the last 9 minutes and 45 seconds, anything's possible.
Definitely a heartbreaker here for Lincoln Prep if they don't come on top after fighting so hard to get back into this game. This 4th quarter has been really all Lincoln Prep up until this last couple minutes here as TRC responded. Wow, what a nail biter we have here in the OSBA game of the week.
Truly a nail biter. There's really nothing else you can say about that. Looked like it might have been a snooze fest heading into the 4th quarter, but Lincoln Prep sparked to life on the defensive end, and their offense has been carrying them all season long. We knew that was going to be the key of the game, and they finally listened to us. But now a 4-point deficit with 15 seconds left. They're going to need something special to win this game.
I expect a play drawn up here for Siegel. And a quick 3-point shot, just so when you foul, you have another chance. But TRC's been playing pretty good defense the majority of this game. I
would expect 3 high screens above the arc for Tyler Sagal. There it is. Doesn't go to him.
Altman in the foul! Brandon Altman with a chance to bring this to another 1-possession game. Wow.
And Altman, the best player consistently throughout this game, he'll have a chance to make it a 1-point game.
This is a huge free throw for Lincoln Prep, though. If he misses this and they foul, there's a chance that TRC can ice it once again. And a heartbreaking miss that time. Diving for the ball. Nava gets fouled. And Altman needed that, and he knows he messed up that time.
There's really two sides to that, though. If he makes that, they're down 1. They still need possession. If he misses it, though, they could have got the offensive rebound. So not necessarily a bad miss, just upsetting for that team that they couldn't grab the offensive board.
If he makes 2 here, it's all but over now. And he makes the first. Nava, 3 clutch free throws here. Looking to make it 1 more.
And once again, the entire Wolfpack behind the half-court line. Ava Nava, the lone wolf, shooting free throws.
This is a huge shot here. And he makes both once again.
Drills it.
Little to no time left, and that'll just about do it here. And what an effort for Lincoln Prep to come back into this game, but ultimately fall short to the defending champions, and TRC has got to feel like they got a monkey lifted off their back here, ending a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, and it didn't look good for them in that fourth quarter. I'm not going to lie, they came out with a lot of energy through the first 3, but to me it seemed like they were going to coast, and I think they had the same mentality, but it's a 40-minute game as we saw today, and they lost the lead for a few moments there. They realistically could have easily lost this game. They didn't, though. They came out on top of Lincoln 93-89.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like you said, the final score 93-89. This was the OSBA Game of the Week for my partner, Ryan Siegel. I'm Anthony Gallo saying, see you next time.